40 seconds, drivers, 40 seconds. Will the 10 of Jason Williams come off and grab his first checkered flag this weekend? Or could the 13 of Grant Schubert come out of nowhere? 30 seconds, 30 seconds, drivers, 30 seconds. Or will we see the likes of Tyler Peterson come last off the dock? Or maybe the rookie, the 97 of Jared Jensen? Let's find out here who set our lineup for the main event in Formula Lights. 20 seconds, drivers, you're under starter's orders. He drops the flag. And they come roaring off the beach. The number 10 of Jason Williams gets a great jump there with the 35 of Mark Schmierbach on his outside hip. The 97 of Jared Jensen trying to hold tight on that inside line as they go through the middle of the course and down to the far end. Welcome those of you who are just joining us on Facebook or YouTube for our live stream. We apologize for some of our technical difficulties. As the number 10 of Jason Williams is able to get by the 35 of Mark Schmierbach, and they're going rooster tail to rooster tail down out of turn number 3. Wide out of turn number 3, trying to keep those RPMs up. Look at the 14 of Tyler Peterson, pops way wide to the outside there, but it's all Jason Williams running down lane 2. Across the start-finish line, we start lap 1 of this 4 minutes plus 1 lap qualifying event. The 14 of Tyler Peterson, what a great jump from last off the start pontoon. He's already up into 3rd position as he goes wide to the outside of Schmierbach, trying to find some clear water. Schmierbach now slides it into turn number 2. Peterson still on his outside hip. The 10 of Jason Williams starting to disappear from the picture. He might be running away with his 3rd and final qualifying heat, which is exactly what the young man from Alta Loma, California needed to do in that Williams construction machine. As Williams slides way wide out of turn number 3. Comes down the front straightaway. Look at Tyler Peterson just tracking down the driver out of Greenfield, Wisconsin. There's Williams, goes wide out of turn 1. Schmierbach darts down to the inside to find clear water. Peterson comes back off his hip. He just will not leave the 35 of Schmierbach alone. And we also got a battle back there for 4th and 5th. And that's between the 97, the rookie of Jared Jensen, and the 13 of Grant Schubert. The 14 of Tyler Peterson on the straightaway. He just seems to start to close that gap, but the boat just not seeming to turn or corner nearly as well as the 35 of Schmierbach. Schmierbach again going wide, pushing to the outside, kind of following Williams around the course. That fast line, not always pin to pin here on this 4-pin, half-mile circuit for the Formula Lights. And there's another battle. There's the 97 of Jared Jensen with the 13 of Schubert on his outside hip, continuing to push. The 97 of Jensen here in his rookie season in 2022, the Windsor, Colorado native, running for Island Lake Marine and JH Performance, trying to wheel that Formula Light to a 4th place finish here in the 3rd and final qualifying heat. Oh, they go side by side down into turn number 2. Here comes Schubert up the inside. On the backside of the course, the 13 of Grant Schubert darts down inside and gets by the 97 of Jared Jensen. That's where that experience comes in. He may only be 17 years old, but he's been running these Formula Lights since he was allowed to by the APBA. He's got a national championship under his belt. He's got a series championship here on the Formula One Powerboat Championship Series under his belt. And he is a young man that will not be denied as he continues to push and move away from the 97 of Jared Jensen. There's our leader, the number 10 of Jason Williams, continuing push down the back straightaway, down into turn number 4. Continuing that wide line out of turn 4. Keep those RPMs up in that air, packing under that 13-foot long tunnel hull with that 45 cubic inch OMC 2-stroke on the back. As he comes roaring down into that Grand Prix hull. Across the start-finish line, recording one more lap and one less lap left before he can grab a checkered flag here in the 3rd and final qualifying heat of Formula Lights. He likes it going wide into the turn so he can really straighten those things out. Doesn't want to turn the boat too hard and bog it down in the corner, because he knows that if he bogs it down too hard in the corner, he could risk spinning out here on this smooth, glassy water on the shores of Lake Havasu. As he crabs it out of turn number 4, sliding it on its tail, kind of scooting it out of the corner like a guy drifting a car. Down the front straightaway, he has got that thing dialed in and dancing. That Grand Prix hull with Williams Construction on the side is absolutely jamming this morning here in the 3rd and final qualifying heat for Formula Lights. As the 35 of Schmierbach, there you see Peterson come into the view. The 35 of Schmierbach starting to pull away from the number 14 of Tyler Peterson, the young Minnesota native, in his 2nd race in that Mulligard Hall, looking to bring some hardware back for the 2nd race in a row, home to Minnesota. Jason Williams trying to bring some hardware back to California with him when he heads back west after the conclusion of racing today, and he's gaining some valuable points that he needs. Will he be on the pole at the conclusion of our 3rd and final qualifying heat? Will he secure that top spot that is oh so important here in Formula Lights as we ride above the 10 of Williams as he starts to eye up the 24 of Jared Wallach. That's part of the Clover construction team, another California native. This doesn't seem to have the right package for the waters here in Lake Havasu. Been battling all weekend, but now he's just trying to battle and stay on the lead lap. You can see the white flag is out. And getting ready to be dropped by our chief referee, Doug Ray, as our leader walks across the start-finish line. There's the white flag out. Go fast, turn left, just 4 more times for the man out of California, running for Williams Construction. That Grand Prix Hull driven like a gem here this morning on the shores of Lake Havasu. As he goes down out of turn number 1, now into turn 2, starting to get into the wash to the 24 of Wallach. Wallach goes wide to the outside, allows the 10 of Williams to duck down inside of him and ride past him on the back straightaway as he go down out of turn 2. Into turn 3. Sweeps it wide off of turn 3, trying to take turn 4 completely out and turn it into a straightaway as he walks it down the front stretch. Ladies and gentlemen, taking the checkered flag in your third and final qualifying heat in Formula Lights, number 10, Mr. Jason Williams. In a hard-fought second battle and gaining some valuable points after a rough Q1 in second, running for pizza in the 35 of Mark Schmierbach, and rounding out the podium here in the third and final qualifying heat, the Latitude sponsored number 14 of Tyler Peterson. All right, what a great run there for the 10 of Jason Williams. Hopefully he makes it down here to have a chat with us. I don't know if he got the memo to come talk to yours truly after winning a heat race, as he heads directly to the trailer, and that's okay. We finish up the heat here, the 97 of Jared Jensen, falling in that 5th position. Not too shabby, keeps himself up 1 spot from the bottom here in his rookie season. It's a big jump going from Tri-Hulls to Formula Lights. They're very different animals. Jared been running in the Tri-Hulls for the last couple of seasons, decides to jump into a Formula Lights machine to try to add to the repertoire and see how he can move himself up the ranks. Maybe, just maybe in a few years, we'll see a Jensen behind the wheel of a Formula One, make that a 2nd generation Jensen driver behind the wheel of a Formula One powerboat machine. That's going to conclude it for Formula Lights. Coming up next, we've got the Texas Tri-Hulls. Bumper boats at 65 miles an hour in their 3rd of 4 qualifying heats. Get set to bang around here on the shores of Lake Havasu and see who's going to be able to come out on top of Q3, gain valuable points, as it is so tight, as always, in the Texas Tri-Hull class. It's all about getting out and getting that clean water. Who's going to be able to get it this morning? We're going to find out here in just a few minutes. We wouldn't be here in Lake Havasu in 2022 without our great series sponsors here on the Formula One Powerboat Championship Series. The great folks at Mercury Racing, committed to a pursuit of wide open, accept no boundaries, and accept no compromise. JH Performance Boats. Custom, handcrafted, shallow water bay boats built with the highest quality materials. JHPerformanceBoats.com. Axel Sports, the apparel provider for the Formula One Powerboat Championship Series. If you're looking for high-quality racing apparel, check them out at AxelSports.com. VP Racing Fuels. VP Racing Fuels have been the fuel choice of champions for decades. Now you can benefit from VP's expanded line of performance additives for your boat, daily driver, or weekend warrior. Racing Communications. They're radios for racing. Seabold Sports, world champion powerboat racing since 1939. Seaway Marine, your one-stop boat motor shop. Check them out at seawaymarine.com. Marine parts online fast. And our streaming partner for 2022, the great folks at Bowden Development. Building a higher standard is what has made Bowden Development Incorporated one of the most trusted names in the California construction industry. Founded in Monrovia in 1971, they have created an enduring tradition of exceptional quality, consumer confidence, sharp foresight, and integrity at every level. It's only natural that they trust their clients and customers like a part of the team. They understand the importance of home, community, and family. It's their motivation each and every day. The great folks at Bowden Development. All right, well, wherever you are across the world, we do apologize for our live stream going a little bit late this morning. We had a few technical difficulties. Oddly enough, it rained 3 times in the desert yesterday. 3 times. We had an early morning shower. We had a brutal windstorm roll through with about 60-mile-an-hour winds that blew sand everywhere and then dumped on us. And then we had a lovely overnight rain shower to wrap things up. So It was an interesting day yesterday. Obviously, you don't expect all your electronics to necessarily get wet when you're in the desert, but there we were, had some technical difficulties this morning we had to work through. We got them ironed out, and there you can see the number 10 of Jason Williams just hanging out, waiting to get back into his trailer after a solid win in the Formula Lights third and final qualifying heat. And up next, we've got the Texas Tri-Hulls, as we've got the 33 of John Ottinger right out here in front of me at the judges stand. Oh, and it looks like we might have a chance to chat with the number 10 of Jason Williams. He's going to come on here and have a quick chat with us after a great run in that Formula Lights third and final qualifying heat. That Williams Construction and Backhoe Service out of Upland, California on the side. What a great run. He's got the hat in the cockpit. Now there's a true California kid who knows when he hops out of the boat it's going to be hot and sunny. He makes sure he's got the lid right in the cockpit so that he can cover the dome up, get some shade on the face after he gets out of winning a nice qualifying heat and taking home a checkered flag and some valuable points. All righty, joining me now, the number 10, Jason Williams. Jason, it was a bit of a different story today from yesterday, isn't it?
Yeah, completely different. You know, the weather and then us just kind of trying to get the monkey off our backs, and you combine both those, and it was an interesting day. So we're looking to turn it around today for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that Grand Prix hull really likes to fly on the smooth water and really pack air underneath it. It looked like a pretty rough and bumpy ride in that Q1 for you. That Williams Construction and Backhoe Service machine was bouncing all over the place. Seems a little bit easier to find those nice, clean lines and really fast lines around the course when you're not getting jostled around like you're in an earthquake.
Yeah, she's a slick boat. She can handle the good rough water. Yesterday was about the trickiest and roughest we've seen maybe ever. Yeah, we're hoping for good weather today, and we'll see what we can do in the final.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how the points shake out. Obviously, with you, Schmierbach, and Peterson all winning a heat. I think Schmierbach probably suffered the worst in Q1, really just struggled to a sixth-place finish. You guys are going to be all really close, and I think it's going to be a three-boat shootout between the three of you who can get through that commitment buoy down to the far end of the course.
Yeah, it should be good. Should be a fun and interesting race. We'll see how it shakes out for the lineup getting off the beach. And we're checking to see. I think we got a first and a second, and then we got a ding for a little bobble on the start. And so I think Mark's got a first and a second, if I believe, and then he got a last. So hopefully it comes down to times, and we're trying to push it out there to get the good time so we get the front spot off the beach in front of him at least.
Yeah, that's super huge, right? That's one thing a lot of people don't think about. Well, if our points equal out, now it's about total elapsed time. So even though you're out in front, you still got to push that limit because you could end up 4 seconds faster, and that means pole versus second off the dock, which is huge.
It is. When you got guys like this that are all running really well. You got, of course, Mark, Grant. We got that new guy, Tyler. Man, it's good to see him out here. And we got another. I got to go meet the other guy, too. It's awesome. It's good to see all these guys out here. Jared's running good, too. So, the final will be interesting. We're looking forward to it for sure.
Absolutely awesome, man. Well, hey, we'll let you get back to the pits, tune things up for the final, and best of luck in the main event later on this afternoon.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Right
Appreciate it.
That was the number 10 of Jason Williams taking home the third and final qualifying heat in the Formula Lights division presented by VIP Storage. VIP Storage is an unbelievable indoor storage facility right here in Lake Havasu. Gated luxury boat storage facility located in minutes from the Windsor launch ramp, offering concierge services, in-house detailing. Call them today for details. We've got most of the Formula Lights off the water. We've got the majority of the Texas Tri-Hulls on the water. We're going to give a big shout out to some of our big sponsors. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the start of the third of 4 qualifying heats here in the Texas Tri-Hull class at the final round of the 2022 Formula One Powerboat Championships, the Anderson Toyota Lake Havasu Classic, right here at the Nautical Beachfront Resort.
Discover Arizona's playground. Real and outdoor adventures. Explore hundreds of trails. Stay longer. Play more. Enjoy the good life at the home of the London Bridge. Find your element in Lake Havasu City at golakehavasu.com.
VP Racing Fuels has been the official fuel of racing for over 45 years. But VP isn't just race fuels. VP offers a wide range of oils, additives, and our new Stay Frosty coolants to help keep your street car, tow vehicle, or weekend warrior running at its best. VP products are engineered to keep your vehicle running smooth and looking great for your daily commute. With our octane boosters, fuel treatments, and quick detailing products. Explore VP's full product line at vpracingfuels.com.
All right, we just got our last Texas Tri-Hull driver back on the water after he jumped out of the Formula Lights. The 13 of Grant Schubert jumps into his Texas Tri-Hull. And let's take a look at our starting lineup here in the Texas Tri-Hull division for Heat 3. Remember, we do reverse order of total points accumulated in qualifying so far. They've already had 2 heats. So this is worst up to first, and first goes back to that last spot on the outside of row 6. So let's take a look at what we got here in qualifying heat number 3. On the inside of row 1, the number 63, out of Concan, Texas, Aaron Green. On the outside of row 1, the dude out of Hemlock, Michigan, the number 17, Anil Marsh. On the inside of row 2, number 42, Diamond Z Reynolds, the class sponsor here at the Lake Havasu City Classic. Diamond Z Reynolds, they've got great short-term rentals on the Frio River in Concan, Texas, the clearest river in all of Texas. Check him out at Diamond Z Reynolds. He's on the inside of row 2. On the outside of row 2, the 33 of John Ottinger. On the inside of row 3, the 10 of Jerry Rinker. On the outside of row 3, the 29 of Jared Jensen, the Island Lake Marine sponsored kid out of Windsor, Colorado. Inside of row 4, the number 93 of J.B. Jensen. On the outside of row 4, the number 99 of Devin Brown. On the inside of row 5, the 52 of Mason Rinker. On the outside of row 5, the 13 of Grant Schubert. And then inside of row 6, the 88 of Josh Wells, your points leader so far through 2 qualifying heats. As they drop the green flag, we are under racing. Here we go. The 63 of Aaron Green on the inside, the 17 of Neil Marsh on the outside, and he goes pulling away. The 17 of Neil Marsh with a great jump off the flag there. This rolling start side by side, 2x2 here in the Texas Tri-Hull class, but get out on the corner. It's the 63 of Aaron Green. Green comes out unscathed, but boy, the top end speed of that machine with Neil Marsh, the dude behind the wheel, wheeling that Texas Tri-Hull down the back straightaway. He's got the 63 Aaron Green on the inside. He looks to chop him off, but Green says, get out of my way, guy. Oh, and then Green goes dead in the water. He goes dead in the water down there in the north end of the course, so they all start to bunch up, and coming clear is the 17 of Neil Marsh and the 33 of John Ottinger, hot in pursuit. As the 17 of Neil Marsh goes down to the south end of the course. Right off his back hip, the 33 of Ottinger. Then it's the 42 of Zeller. And then a host of boats fighting to get on the podium here in the third and qualifying heat. The 17 of Neil Marsh makes his way down to the north end of the course, now sliding it, looking for opting out for lane 3 or 4. Going way wide of him is the 33 Ottinger. Now here comes the group, jammed down in the north end of the course. Is the 17 of Neil Marsh, wheels it clear down the south end of the course towards turn 1. These 2-pin courses here, ideal for these bumper boats at 65 miles an hour. There's the 33 Ottinger. Then coming in is the 13 of Schubert, getting by the 42 of Zeller, as well as the 10 of Jerry Rinker now in hot pursuit in 4th. There's the 42 of Zeller trying to hold off the 13 of Schubert on his outside hip as they battle for 5th position. Our leader, the 17 of Neil Marsh, way out in front. There's the 33 of Ottinger coming into view. Then the 52 of Mason Rinker, the 10 of Jerry Rinker, the 13 of Grant Schubert, the 42 of Wyatt Zeller, all jammed up in the rest of the field here in this Texas Tri-Hull Heat 3 qualifier. They are bouncing around all over the place here on the shores of Lake Havasu. The water was not calm for very long. Look out there, almost blowing it over, coming down the front straightaway, trying to see who that was. Here with a little bit of glare, looks like that might have been. Was that? Yes, that was the 63 of Aaron Green, the man who started on the pole, almost blew it over down the back straightaway. But right now, we've got a battle going on for third position between the 52 of Mason Rinker and the 10 of Jerry Rinker. It's grandson versus grandfather. Jerry Rinker, 77 years young, out there still battling in the Texas Tri-Hall class. What a great move there by the 52 of Mason Rinker. He tails it from lane 1 to lane 2, dousing down the 10 of Jerry Rinker. Jerry's got to go diving down to the inside, and here comes the 13 of Schubert into the mix. We go 3 wide for the third and final spot on the podium here in qualifying heat number 3. Oh, what a great move there by Schubert. Schubert dives down inside. Look at the young man out of Richmond, Texas, making a move for third place as they go 3 wide down the front straightaway. It's Schubert on the inside. Jerry Rinker in the middle, Mason Rinker on the outside as they go down the south end of the course. Who's going to come out of turn number 1 with that third spot on the podium? It is the 13 of Grant Schubert. He's running it hard. Down out of the south end of the course, down towards turn 2. Now out into third place with the 52 of Mason Rinker in hot pursuit. We've got the white flag goes out. Find 17. There we go. The white flag is out for the 17 of Neil Marsh. He's just got 1 lap remaining. Can the 33 of Ottinger catch him? He's got just a couple of turns left. Can he get smoothly here through turn 1 on the south end of the course? Easy breezy, beautiful for the 17 Hemlock, Michigan native of Neil Marsh as he sweeps it nicely out of turn number 1 on the south end of the course. Now heading toward north, back up the Colorado River here in Lake Havasu as he makes it down the back straightaway into turn number 2. As the dock is a-rocking here at the judges' stand, he comes banging out of turn number 2, putting it on its tail. Ladies and gentlemen, taking the checkered flag in heat number 3, your series points leader so far in 2022, number 17, Mr. Neil Marsh. In second with a great run there, the number 33 of John Ottinger, and somehow, someway, from coming outside of row 5, taking third in the third qualifying heat in Texas Tri-Hole, the number 13 of Grant Schubert. Then you had the 52 of Mason Rinker, the 10 of Jerry Rinker, and the rest of the field here in Texas Tri-Hall. The very interesting part is your points leader so far through 2 heats, the 88 of Josh Wells. He's dead in the water at the north end of the course. Go find 88 north end of the course. 88 north end of the course. And there's the 88 of Josh Wells just sitting there dead in the water, about a third of a lap remaining to crossing the start-finish line, and he ends up going a lap down after going dead in the water. Got to be frustrating for the young man who was leading points here through 2 qualifying heats in Texas Tri-Hulls. And watch that lead evaporate. Now probably having to turn that over to the 13 of Grant Schubert after he gets a third-place finish after being second in points coming in through 2 qualifying heats. But the 17 of Neil Marsh taking the victory. 7 laps in 3 minutes and 59 seconds. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to the 17 of Neil Marsh. There he is. He's making his way up. Can you put that final graphic up, or did they kill the system and you can't put it up anymore with where they finished? I was totally live with there. Yeah, see, even guys like me make mistakes, but was trying to talk to my producer back in our studio about trying to get some graphics back up to run through the rest of the finishing order in the Texas Tri-Hole class. But we have moved the live timing system on to the next one. Oh, there it is. All right, so the 17 of Neil Marsh takes the win here in qualifying heat number 3. The 33 of John Ottinger in second with a hard-fought battle. 13 of Grant Schubert comes out of absolutely nowhere and just battles with the 52 of Mason Rinker, who finishes 4th, and the 10 of Jerry Rinker, who finishes 5th, and somehow pulls a Houdini rabbit out of the hat move on the north end of the course, dives down underneath both of them, and pulls out a podium finish. Then in 6th is the 99 of Devin Brown, 7th the 29 of Jared Jensen, 42 of Wyatt Zeller in 8th, the 93 of J.B. Jensen in 9th, in 10th the 63 of Aaron Green, and then of course the 88 of Josh Wells, who went dead down there in turn number 2 on the north end of the course with 1 lap remaining. But joining me now is a man who knew what he had to do. He blew a power pack yesterday. He had to get some valuable points today. I mean, man, you got to protect that series points lead, am I right? Got to feel good to get out in that clean water and roll.
Yeah, that's where I like it, right up front there. It was a battle yesterday, and it's been a battle this whole last couple weeks here, this last race with the other spare engine and everything. And my team, they all came together. I had 2 surprise me and show up, so we got a full team. We got a bunch of family out here. And we're rolling, man. We love it.
Yeah, man, you can hear him hooting and hollering here for the 17 of Neil Marsh. And great right on there. Let's talk about how different the water was today. You come out here, and, I mean, it never really stays calm in the Texas Tri-Hole class, but it started off calm. And, man, you look like you had a rocket ship out there when you caught some of that clean water.
Man, it's fast. It's got a good prop on it. And, it likes that open water, that's for sure. I like going through the snot yesterday, and that power pack went out. I was having a blast. It was really rough, but I was having a lot of fun. I hate to go down like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with the Texas Trials, right? First or last, you're having a heck of a good time out there because you're just bouncing around. I mean, that's why we call it bumper boats at 65 miles an hour. Am I right?
Yeah, we love it. We're doing a pretty good job. Grant and I got together in testing. I said, man, that's the worst I want to get of the whole weekend. So, but yeah, no, we're having a blast. I want to thank my beautiful wife. She's behind all this. She goes all over the country with us and supports me, and I love you, baby.
Well, hey, we'll let you get back to the wife and the rest of the crew here rooting for the 17, the dude out here looking to pull a season series championship, maybe bring home a title here in Lake Havasu. Wouldn't be bad to add to the collection this year and finish off the season on a high note.
That wouldn't be bad, man. One more heat, and then we'll see how the final lines up.
Yes, sir. All right, that is your winner of heat number 3, the Hemlock, Michigan native, the number 17. The 17 of Neil Marsh. What a great run for the young man from Michigan, and he's trying to lock up a series title here in 2022. He's run phenomenally all year round. Last race in Highland, Texas at the Battle on the San Jacinto, he struggled a little bit, really got it put together in the final, was able to put together some good stuff, gained some valuable points, and he's doing a great job right now to really make it very difficult for anybody to catch him in the final. Now, that possibility is still out there. You look at the 13 of Grant Schubert, the 88 of Josh Wells. I think there's two guys right there that, depending on how they do in heat number 4, and if the 17 of Neil Marsh suffers any sort of catastrophe, you could see a knockdown drag-out, and the 17 of Marsh really have to push it hard in the main event to lock up that season series championship. It's not decided yet, which you always love to come into the last race of the season with a handful of guys who are able to win not only the race that weekend, but a series title, and that's what the 17 of Neil Marsh is in pursuit of right now. So that wraps it up here for our morning portion of our racing action here on Sunday's finals of the 2022 Anderson Toyota Lake Havasu Classic. We're going to take a bit of a break for those of you watching live on Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you are across the world. So do me a favor before you jump off the live stream, or when you do, make sure you smash that like button, you share out that page, and let everybody know what's going on in Lake Havasu this week. We got an unbelievable jam-packed day of racing here at the final round of the 2022 Formula One Powerboat Championship Series. We're going to say a big shout-out to some of our local sponsors here that are helping us tremendously put on this great show for the unbelievable community of Lake Havasu City. Lake Havasu VIP Storage, a fully air-conditioned gated luxury boat storage facility located minutes from Windsor Land. Find them at lakevipstorage.com. The McCullough family, always, what a vision it was to bring this city to life by the McCullough family. Big shout out to Mike McCullough as well. Romer Beverage and Bud Light. Romer Beverage providing world-class brands with team-focused, community-committed, and integrity-driven approach. Mercury Racing has been a huge sponsor, not only one of our title sponsors for the series in 2022, but sponsoring the Rooster Tail VIP experience and the reunion, the Racers reunion here at the 2022 Anderson Toyota Lake Havasu Classic. But also tomorrow morning, a bunch of us are going to be headed down to Thunderbolt Middle School to hang out with a bunch of 7th graders there and teach them what it's like, not only from the driver's perspective, but race operations, all the engineering that goes into building these motors and setting these boats up. Every aspect of putting on a professional powerboat race will be on display for the great 7th graders at Thunderbolt Middle School tomorrow morning. Looking forward to hanging out with the kids tomorrow. Brought to you by Mercury Racing and as well as Hangar 24. Hangar 24, a great local brewery here in Lake Havasu City, is a proud sponsor of the 2022 Lake Havasu Classic. Stop by any of the beer stations and grab a Hangar 24 craft beer. The American Light, the Signature Orange Wheat, Betty IPA, as well as the Orange Guava Ale, which I had and is delicious. Stop by the booth on site, get some sweet Hangar 24 swag. Check out the tap room at the Lake Havasu City Airport. Bring your Lake Havasu Classic ticket and receive 20% off your order. For more information on Hangar 24 Brewing, visit them at hangar24brewing.com or check them out on Facebook and Instagram. Radio Central, the premier provider of high-quality FM and AM radio in the Desert Tri-State region of Arizona, Nevada, and California. The Nautical Beachfront Resort. Find your fun on Lake Havasu. Kicker Marine Audio, your number one choice for your marine audio needs. So we're going to get shut down here on the live feed. We're going to put on some tunes for you here locally here at the Nautical Beachfront Resort after we say a big thank you to a few more of our sponsors, and then we'll be back at 11:45 with the fourth and final Tri-Hull qualifying heat, and then we're going to have the big Formula Ones back out on the water for our afternoon package of racing here at the final round of the 2022 Formula One Powerboat Championships. We're so glad that you guys have been able to join us wherever you are across the world here throughout 2022, and we are super excited for 2023 as we look into the future. We've got potential new race sites, additional races throughout the 2023 calendar. We'll just have to wait and see here in the off season what comes to fruition and what the 2023 season is going to look like, but I think it's going to be a doozy. So we'll be right back here with our afternoon package of racing at 11:45 Pacific. That's 2:45 in the afternoon out on the East Coast. Out in Central Time Zone, 3:45 out on the East Coast. So we'll be back for some late afternoon racing for those of you on the other side of the country, or come back just before noontime here. Get an early lunch, grab a cocktail, find a good seat if you're here locally in Lake Havasu City. The beautiful parks and beaches on the far side are wide open for people to enjoy. Of course, you can always come down here to the lake and hang out with us at the Nautical Beachfront Resort. But we'll be back in a little while with Tri-Hull Heat number 4, F1 qualifying heat number 3, and all our finals in all 3 classes here at the final round of the 2022 Formula One Powerboat Championships. Run the other TV commercials.
Discover Arizona's playground. Real and outdoor adventures. Explore hundreds of trails. Stay longer. Play more. Enjoy the good life at the home of the London Bridge. Find your element in Lake Havasu City at golakehavasu.com.
VP Racing Fuels has been the official fuel of racing for over 45 years. But VP isn't just race fuels. VP offers a wide range of oils, additives, and our new Stay Frosty coolants to help keep your street car, tow vehicle, or weekend warrior running at its best. VP products are engineered to keep your vehicle running smooth and looking great for your daily commute. With our octane boosters, fuel treatments, and quick detailing products. Explore VP's full product line at vpracingfuels.com.
All right, race fans, don't forget we're going to be back at 11:45 Pacific, 12:45 Mountain, 1:45 Central, 2:45 on the East Coast. So I was a little bit off before, but, you know, I'm just an announcer. I don't do math well. But we'll be back at 2:45 out on the East Coast, 1:45 Central, 12:45 Mountain Standard Time, and 11:45 Pacific Standard here for the conclusion of the 2022 Formula One Powerboat Championship Series. We'll see you in a little bit.